going, everyone? You got your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, back with a new video, and ladies and gentlemen, I am completely getting my hand gestures all mixed up, but we're gonna have ourselves a pretty insane one here in this video, because we have ourselves the next Smogon suspect test announced. And I am actually a little bit in shock as to the Pokemon that they have announced. And that Pokemon is none other than Urshifu-Single-Strike. And I'm just thinking, damn, that Pokemon is a beast. It is a brute. It's got crazy stats, good move pool, good sets, and not to mention as well, it has thick legs, okay? Thick, jacked legs. It works out. I wonder if Smogon might include that as a reasoning as to why it's being suspect tested, because it looks pretty damn ripped if you ask me. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to try and sum everything up here in these multiple paragraphs. They talk about Urshifu's signature move, Wicked Blow, which is a base 80 physical dark type move that always results in a critical hit. Critical hits are never fun to deal with, so that's a big oof right off the bat for the opponents to deal with. It also has access to base 130 attack, which is crazy, and offensively, Dark and Fighting is a very solid type combination. And here's the thing, is that there are only a select number of Pokemon that can deal with it, such as defensive fairy types and Buzzwole, but I have a little bit of bad news for fairy types as well, because this thing gets access to Poison Jab, which happens to be one of the fairy type's Achilles heel. You know what I'm saying? Like, this Pokemon can do just about anything in battle. It is actually pretty damn crazy. And here's the thing as well. We also have ourselves Unseen Fist, which is its signature ability that allows for it to break through Protect moves. So that means that Protect Scouting is essentially going to be null and void here when it comes to Urshifu. And get this, while it might not have like the best speed, I mean base 97 speed's not exactly terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not like Deoxys speed or anything like that, or Regieleki's speed I should say now. That's the new speedy boy on the block. It has access to Sucker Punch, which is a very, very good base 70 power dark type move that, again, is stab. So, you know, any Pokemon that might be able to outpace this thing has to watch out for Sucker Punch. And yeah, that's actually pretty damn crazy. Now, one of the things that are holding this thing back is the fact that Dark and Fighting isn't exactly a good defensive typing, and Fairy type moves do shit all over it. That is something that is an Achilles heel for Urshifu-Single-Strike, but in my honest opinion, the qualities of Urshifu-Single-Strike heavily outweigh the flaws, in my opinion. Now this paragraph goes over one of the sets that Urshifu can run, aka a Choice Band set, and some of the Pokemon listed on here that it's able to get a 2-hit KO or 3-hit KO on is actually quite surprising. I mean, number one, Mandibuzz, a bulky bird, can get 2-hit KO'd by close combat, and even Pokemon like Magearna can take 2 Wicked Blows, but will fall to the third one. We're talking about freaking Magearna here, okay? Like, that is crazy. That is actually crazy, you know what I mean? And, you know, even Pokemon like Clefable and Tapu Fini gotta watch out for Poison Jab. I mean, yeah, sure, they can resist both of Urshifu's stabs, but can they take a choice-banded Poison Jab? Not very well, I don't think. Like, that's actually pretty damn crazy, you know what I mean? And yeah, like, that is pretty frightening. Now, this paragraph also goes over another set that it could run, aka a Life Orb set. So it doesn't have to be locked into one single move, and Life Orb will grant it a 30% boost in power to its moves, which is still pretty damn frightening, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just another way that Urshifu can punish the competition. And also, it has access to bulk up, so it can get a couple of bulk up boosts under its belt, have its pluses in attack and defenses, and then just start ripping your face off like there's no tomorrow, man. Like, that is actually... Whoa! Holy cow! That is crazy good. That is crazy good, man. Let me tell you something. It is crazy. Now... with this paragraph right here, I want to read a little bit here and kind of just put more things in perspective. Due to the very specific and limited nature of Urshifu's counterplay options, the means with which teams choose to deal with it tend to be predictable, and we have ourselves some examples. You know, Clefable will need to use Soft Boiled, Toxapex, freaking Toxapex! That is like the dawn of defensive Pokemon in OU. And the thing is with Toxapex is that it will need to switch out to get Regenerator and so on and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wow. This makes overwhelming the defensive cores used against it easier than said defensive cores remaining steadfast against it. Yeah, the fact that this Pokemon can overwhelm defensive cores just like that, woo! Wow. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Now, we also get into some of the things that go against Urshifu, so we're going to read that more in detail here. Urshifu is not without any negatives. Urshifu's counterplay, despite being very limited, is already comprised mostly of Pokemon that are incredibly solid in the metagame and would be used regardless, like Clefable, Tapu Fini, and Toxapex. 3 very good universal Pokemon to use in OU in my honest opinion. Predicting around Urshifu may be challenging, but locking into the wrong move can lead to Urshifu being able to be taken advantage of, causing similar challenge for the Urshifu user. That is very true. Especially if you end up misclicking and you're a choice banded set, well, you got no choice but to switch out, or you could very well lose your Urshifu. Prediction is not a reliable form of counterplay, but it is possible to mitigate this risk through using Pokemon with Regenerator, like the aforementioned Toxapex, and Tangrowth as well. Tangrowth is a very, very good Pokemon, though it does have to watch out for Poison Jab and Ice Punch too, you know what I mean? Especially if they're holding a Rocky Helmet, or more niche options like Buzzwole. Now, Buzzwole can take just about anything from Urshifu, you know what I mean? That Pokemon is absolutely buff. Like, yeah, but Buzzwole is a hard counter to Urshifu-Single-Strike. Finally, Urshifu's defensive capabilities leave a lot to be desired, and getting it into the battle can be difficult. It struggles switching into most relevant Pokemon as it's threatened by even the common defensive Pokemon. Owing to this, Urshifu really likes having pivoting support from teammates such as Magirna's Volt Switch and Slowbro's Teleport, thereby limiting the teams it can potentially fit on. All of that said, Urshifu maintains decent defense stats and can survive a fair amount of neutral and resistant hits from other Pokemon, making it able to threaten them 1 versus 1. And all of that are very fair points. So, I guess with all that being said, I gotta pose a question. Are you guys thinking that Urshifu is going to be banned? Should it be banned or should it not be banned is the better question I should ask. Why or why not? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, you know what? The thing with me is that I am almost willing to bet that this thing is going to get banned because... I don't know. I mean, a lot of the suspect tests result in the banning of said Pokemon being suspect tested, and Urshifu does sound pretty damn crazy with the way that they are describing it here in this article. So I'm willing to bet it is going to get banned, but do I want it to get banned? Well, let me think about that for a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I am no ban. Why? I'll tell you why. Because Urshifu-Single-Strike, while it may be a very crazy and very, very powerful force in the OU metagame, it can be dealt with. It very much can be dealt with. And not to mention as well, I mean, the thing is buff, alright? It is buff. It has ripped, thick legs. And I don't want to see Urshifu get banned to Ubers because, well, then it's probably never going to see the light of day in battle in the Uber tier. And it does have ways of being dealt with here in OU. While those ways might very well be limited, those ways are very viable, right? And also, it is all boiling down to skill, prediction, the Pokemon that you use. And I think that even if the odds are stacked against you, you can come out on top versus Urshifu. You just gotta know what set that it runs, and then you're good to go. So, let's finish things up here with this paragraph. All in all, Urshifu has remained one of the most effective offensive threats of the Sword and Shield OU metagame throughout its stay in it. Counterplay to it does exist, but it is inherently very restricted, thus arguably restricting team building to a very unhealthy degree. Its consistency in dealing huge damage through stab moves that break protection make it uniquely difficult to handle defensively and limited teams' structures much more than offensive Pokemon typically do. All the while being nigh impossible to handle without using the aforementioned counterplay. Because of this consistency, it's finite but delicious. Oh yes, I love their word style here. Delicious move pool options do not present it with a problem, and using the moves outlined above are all it needs to be good. In light of these reasons, the OU Council has decided to suspect test Urshifu. So, yeah, that's it. That's the whole meal. That's the whole delicious meal up in this. Woo! Oh man. I am honestly very, very excited to see what people have to say about this. So leave your thoughts down below. Tell me what you guys think about all this. I will reiterate the question. Should Urshifu-Single-Strike be banned, or should it not be banned? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have yourself a damn good one, guys. And as always, your boy will see you guys in the next video.